Hi, this is Venkat Sarikontoju, Project Manager of Astrotech Project Budget Planning, and our team members are Hong and Rajesh and Kaila and Sainath Harrington. Um, Coming to the table, this is the table of contents. Executive summary. We're going to discuss about summary, weekly labor budget, material budget, and hull and deck, and total budget, future goals, and conclusion. Coming to summary, for this project, we implemented a bottom-up budgeting approach, which involves task level cost estimation to ensure accurate budgeting and for resource allocation. This helps in utilizing the efficient uh, tracking and learning curves for the productivity and reducing the labor hours while improving the efficiency. To ensure a smooth workflow and on-time project completion, we optimize the scheduling and resource distribution. Regular weekly labor budget monitoring allowed our team to proactively manage the budget, ensuring that money was tracked and allocated correctly while staying within project constraints, that is, maintaining under the budget given by the professor. Additionally, our weekly material budget plan provided better visibility in procurement, allowing us to optimize cash flow and minimize budget overruns. By effectively tracking the total project budget, we were able to monitor spending, allocate resources efficiently, and identify key cost drivers throughout the project. Um, we- Coming to weekly labor budget, the project labor costs were categorized into three groups: professional, skilled, and unskilled workers. The professional workers are gonna cost $100 per hour, and the total is 712 hours for the total project, and resulting in the cost of 71K. And the skilled workers gonna charge $40 per hour, which gonna cost for a skilled labor gonna be 71K is the same, and unskilled labor gonna cost $20 per hour, which gonna be uh a 228.75 hours, and it's gonna cost 57K. And the fringe benefits are charged with the 25% of the total labor cost, which gives the amount of 49,870. And you can see here the our total weekly labor budget for the complete project, and the total labor budget is within the constraint of 250K, and we have achieved that. And next, gonna be continue with my friend.
Hello. We felt that Hull and Deck, we should highlight this portion of the project specifically as it contributed to about 40% of the labor cost. So here it's going to be the most labor intensive portion of our project. Professionally, we'll have one worker or team member. This will account for 160 hours of labor. Skilled workers will have about three. This includes welders and superintendents watching over the unskilled workers. This will account for about 900 hours of the labor. Unskilled laborers will include 8 workers. They'll construct hull and shape the aluminum sheets, and this will account for 1,880 hours of labor. Here you can see the labor cost breakdown, and the total cost comes out to be about $105,000, which is about approximately 40% of the $249,000. For the material cost, this is broken down into a milestone payment structure where we'll pay 40% when we order and bid out the project, and then 60% on the receipt of the materials. And you can see the breakdowns there.
Yeah, and then the material budget kind of goes hand in hand with the labor budget. We used it to balance off the time that we're paying things on. So we put the bulk of the material budget, 71%-ish, towards the very front. That way it's offset from when we're doing the heavy labor costs. Our peak spending is weeks 4 and week 3 when we're spending between 50 and 60 grand each week. And then we do our finishing up in week 8. Yep, that's it.
And the total budget is for the project is set to be around 750 grand, and the grand total expenditure recorded is way under it. It's around 533 grand, and the majority of that goes to labor cost, and the total labor expenditure accounts for around 46% of the total budget, and whereas the supplies cost around 25% of the total budget. We even had some indirect expenses, which accounts around 20% of the total budget, and the project has utilized 71% of total allocated budget, ensuring cost efficiency while maintaining sufficient funds for any unforeseen expenses or any bottlenecks which we might have in further processes. And the remaining of 28% of the budget allows for the future adjustments if needed. And next. And the learning curve principle states that as workers performs a task repeatedly, they become more skilled and efficient, leading to reduced time and effort required for each subsequent unit of production. And based on that, a 80% learning curve means that every time production doubles, the time per unit decreases by 20%. This efficiency gain occurs due to factors like improved worker proficiency or maybe fewer errors and fewer bottlenecks. And as production continues, we estimated that the reduction in time required per unit leads to fewer man hours needed and which would directly lower labor cost. Additionally, faster production speeds up project timelines and even potentially reduces overhead cost and increases output capacity. And over time, these improvements can contribute to overall cost savings and even enhance productivity, and which makes operations more efficient and competitive. Next.
All right. So to wrap things up, our project was a success. Not only did we stay on track, but we actually came in under budget by 28.8% with a total cost of 533,806. A big reason for this was our front load spending approach. We incurred about 83.4% of our total costs within the first 3 months, allowing us to secure 85.6% of our supplies in month one. This helped us avoid delays and keep things running smoothly. Labor costs peaked in month three, reaching 101,025, which made up 40.6% of our total labor expenses. And our biggest spending month was month one, where we spent $174,000 roughly, um, in about 32.6% of the total project costs. When we break it down, direct costs accounted for 71.9% of our budget, while indirect costs made up about 28.1%. Overall, by making good decisions early on, like strategic procurement and careful labor planning, we were able to stay ahead of the schedule, maximize our efficiency, and complete the project well within our budget. Thank you.
And so this is the backup slide which we have for the learning curve. So this is the calculations which we have made according to our data. So which shows us the amount of time we can save based on the 80% learning curve. And this concludes our presentation for today. Thank you.
Thank you.